Hi everyone. I glad to be wearing my glasses because I seem to have very black shadows under my eyes. I'm really all right. It's just this old wretched sleep that's been a bit of a pest, rather pesky, in fact. So this is one I've called The Country Girl. I was always a country girl, brought up on a farm, and my world was just so. There were cattle, of course, the horses I loved, the cats and the dogs too. There were my brothers four, and of course my mum and dad. But for me, the only girl, the sandwiched girl, right in the middle, I so longed for a sister. But it wasn't to be. And although I was there with family around, I was a solitary and oft times lonely girl. I looked to my dogs, to my horses as well, to be my soulmates and more, for they were my companions. They listened to me, they kept my secrets I'd whispered to them. I wasn't always happy in this rambunctious home of mine. I'd ride my horses and leave my cares behind. I'd have the wind in my hair as I galloped along beside the creek that flowed right there. And when I got home, I might smell of horse. I'd be dusty and dirty, but I'd be at peace in my world. And sometimes in the dark of night, when I'd hear raised voices, angry words, I'd sneak outside and find my dog, whichever one was mine at the time. I'd sit beside him or her. I'd snuggle in and watch the stars. That little warm body would comfort me, would soak up my tears and release my fears. Then I would return to my bed, leave the moon and the stars behind, and my furry friend would return to its kennel, never knowing how much he'd helped me. I've had different lives, and as I look back, there's so much I've learnt from all the days I've lived, so much more I could have learnt, for this living business is a learning curve, and I'm so grateful for everything I've had in my life. I've lived in cities. These different lives are tucked up into this body of mine. And now, as this old lady indeed, I'm still that country girl at heart. We live on the edge of a country city. We have gum trees and grass behind us, almost like our own farm we once had. But this country girl is always there inside of me. And when I see through the fence at our back, I know that I'm home, the big fella and me, and my dog nestled here beside me, of course. So we're pretty lucky to have this. I call it a paddock park. It's never going to be built on. And it is just grass and gum trees and a bit of bush and a track leading through it. So I'm very grateful for that. Okay, take care. And life is pretty good for me now. Okay. And I might have learned a few lessons, hopefully lots. Okay, bye.